So the other night all of us were having dinner, myself, Caroline, Dominic, and Jennifer. And one of the things that Dominic said at dinner, because he was getting to know Caroline before he started working on her. And he said, because he can tell she's very feminine, very girly, likes her nails. She's just, and so very feminine, extremely feminine women. And his comment was, Caroline needs a caveman, because we were also talking about a bunch of her past relationships, and most of them tended to be boys. These are all guys that are living at home. They don't have their mission, their purpose in order. They don't have structure. And because of her patterns, one of the things that Dominic says, she's got high structural rigidity. And so that means she's got a high need for safety, constancy, certainty, and a strong masculine man can provide that type of a container where she feels safe to be girly and goofy and silly and unsure of herself and emotional, because when she's with a guy or a boy that doesn't have that in order, she doesn't feel safe. And this forces her to move into her masculine, which obviously you can tell she's not comfortable in her masculine.
Yeah, I would have to be tough all the time, acting like I don't care. And, no one wants to act like that. So it's exhausting. I want to be able to, like you said, be a crybaby, be babied and taken care of, not have to take care of him. I mean, it's always 50-50, but at the end of the day, the man should be the man.
Well, the 50-50 effort, when I'm doing phone sessions with guys and they say, well, who's reaching out to who? What percentage are you pursuing her? What percentage is she pursuing you? And so feminine energy is all about opening up to receive love, bonding, connecting, relationships, family, nurturing. And masculine energy is about purpose, drive, mission, succeeding, accomplishing, breaking through barriers, overcoming challenges. And if the guy is not leading the relationship, then it forces you to be more in your masculine, which obviously on some level you're going to resent the fact that these guys didn't have their lives together. Yeah. Because you do. You pay your bills, you got your car payment, you got your own place, right. You got a cat that you take care of. She's a cat mama. Yeah. She got a cat lady starter kit.
Yeah, I have a lot of inspiration and ambition, and I would like to see that in my partner as well. Even if they're, I don't care if you're living at home, as long as you're trying your best to get out of there and be successful and actually do something about it, not just speak it, make a move. Then I'll be like, okay, at least he's doing something.
Walk the walk and not just talk the talk.
Yes, 100%.
Because obviously there's a lot of thirsty guys that like Carolyn and have been commenting since we've been doing videos together these past few months, and also on her TikTok. And so she doesn't have a problem getting attention from men, but she has let a lot of the wrong guys into her life, into her inner circle, that basically were weak and they didn't step up. And then, so you probably, in all his relationships, never felt safe, never really felt certain. You felt unease, didn't trust their masculine cores.
Yeah. As much as I tried, because I try to, I don't want to be like this. I don't want to not trust people. It's just, there's something that doesn't let me connect until it's proven otherwise, I don't...
Connect in what way? What do you mean by that?
Connect with trust, believing in the person in a connection wise. That's what I mean. But I don't regret any of my relationships at all. I see them as lessons and experiences that I can put on to my next one. So everything has a purpose. So I'm not mad about it or anything. I just wish, because I'm not perfect myself and I still have a lot to learn. That's why I will not be getting into another relationship until I can trust myself and love myself. And then once I'm at peace with me, then I can move on to something else.
You got to become what you want to attract.
Yeah. And share it, It'll be beautiful. but not right now.
So if you're the type of guy that likes very feminine, very beautiful, girly girls, like Caroline is, you in essence have to be a caveman. And now it doesn't mean that you're an asshole or a jerk or a control freak, but you got to have your shit together. You got to have your mission and your purpose in order. And just like you said, it's okay if you're living at home, but you got to have a plan. You got to know what you want. You got to know why you want it. And you have to have a plan to execute it. And on top of that, you actually have to be taking action to make that happen. And so she gave all these guys the benefit of the doubt. She gently nudged them like a good woman would, who supports and loves and cares about her man. But at the end of the day, it's up to the guy to be the leader.
Right. You can only push someone and lead them into the right direction for so much.
So you gave them a chance, but at the end of the day, they still didn't step up.
Right. Or they got comfortable. Either one. Because the connection was there, and that's what I kind of let take control over it. That like, oh, I'm so in love. I care about them so much. And I see so much potential in people. But then once months pass by and nothing is changing, then I'm just like, oh, never mind. I still love you, but it's just like if you're not going to change, you're never going to change.
Yeah, I say this a lot. It's like you got to see a person's reality. In other words, you can't love a person because of their potential. You got to love them as they are, because if you get into a relationship and hoping that they're going to become what you want, in other words, you're putting expectations on them. Yeah. And more often than not, when you put expectations on somebody that's not living up to their potential, most of the time they're going to fall flat on their face and they're not going to follow through. And
then I drive myself crazy because I'm building a boyfriend and it's going to stress me out because build a boyfriend. And if he's not as my perfect ideal, then he's going to get that bitch out of me because I'm just not happy.
The Colombian biatch?
Yeah. And it's not their fault. It's my fault that I'm not, separating myself from that situation. So
you stayed longer than you should have.
Yeah, 100%.
Most people do. So you knew that the relationship was fucked after a period, but you stayed hoping that things would change.
Like the guy, the really toxic ex, I stayed so long. And at one point I knew I was like, this is not going anywhere. And I still stayed because I was like, this is fun. This is fun. I like him. He's cool. But I knew it wasn't going to go anywhere. I'm like, he's not husband material. So this is just a little high school kiddie relationship. And then I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I want something real. And I left it.
Be the caveman, but not a control freak or a jerk or an asshole. Be a guy that leads his woman, and she will happily follow you if you show through your actions and you lead by example.